Hello, I'm Anawoltos, and welcome to the New Year's video relating to, well, I guess the way I would put it is any suggestions, okay? So if you have any suggestions for any specific videos that you would like me to make, or any specific improvements in my style that you would like to see, or just any advice in general, that would make me very happy. In addition to that, if you are out there and want to discuss something with me, or you would like to perhaps appear in one of my videos, or just any other interaction that you would like to have with me, that is also the video to respond to this video, that is in the comments section below. And don't worry, I don't usually get a lot of comments, so in this specific instance, I would say that there's a specifically high chance that I will be able to at least read every comment, and if I believe that a comment merits a response, I will be sure to give a response. And if I get a lot of questions, I may actually decide to announce a question and answer video in order to determine what people really want to ask, because I know that I have an interesting rate of turnover in the people that watch my videos, as in I will maybe do certain types of videos at one time and then other types of videos at another time. So the way I work, I end up really switching out my style a lot, and I'm pretty sure that it gives my audience quite a bit of whiplash because they never know what they're going to get, and at least knowing what people want will help me provide that to some extent. Now, that's not saying that I'm going to not do the videos that I want to make, because I am still going to strongly emphasize working on that type of videos, as in the types of videos that I would personally like to make, and that would make me happy. Now, anything else that I wanted to say? I don't think there really is anything. I already have another video series in the works after my response to Robert Breaker. I haven't recorded anything yet. I have watched the video that's going to pertain to a couple of times already. And the reason I do that is just so that I know what the points are, so that when I actually get to the video itself, I will be able to respond in a timely manner. Now, I know that the way I talk, I end up waffling a lot and maybe going a bit too in-depth in some issues and going off on tangents here, there, and everywhere. Just going down several rabbit trails, and I know that maybe is not the type of commentary that some people would like, but the way I do those, here's a little bit of a behind the scenes. The way I do those is I watch the video at least a couple of times first, and in some cases even more than that. It really depends on how long the video is and how long the time period between me watching the video and deciding to actually go through with my commentary on it occurs. And interestingly enough, the one with Robert Breaker was one that I was aware of for a number of years, in fact, and I don't even know how I kept finding it, which is kind of weird. I kept finding it from time to time again. Out of the millions of YouTube videos that I could have found, that just happens to be the one that I found, and that's why I ended up eventually doing a response to it. And for those of you who don't know, that wasn't actually the first video series like that I had done. I had done a more edited one, where it was edited in a different way, where I recorded my voice and interspersed that with scenes from the video, and that was relating to the name of that video series is asking the question, "Are Jews black?" Which of course is somewhat controversial, and it's essentially is a response to a a group of people called the Hebrew Israelites. I didn't know who they were at the time that I made this video. I just thought it was someone who had some strange ideas. I didn't know this was a whole religious group that I was interacting with. And fortunately for me, I didn't really get any major negative feedback. But that was before I had any significant subscriber base, so it wasn't such a huge problem. And of course, for those of you who don't know what that video was about and are asking, is Anawultus a racist here? Let me just give you a brief summary of what those were. It was a question as to whether sub-Saharan the sub-Saharan African population and their descendants in the Americas were in some way descended primarily from the ancient Israelites, the ancient Hebrews. And I, of course, did not really respond so much in an exegetical manner as I did in a more historical analysis. And so it's more on that side as a historian rather than an exegete that I responded, because a lot of the questions were, in my opinion, not accurate from a historiographical perspective. But anyway, that's really all I've got to say. As always, if in the future there's some question you have or some contact that you want to make, always feel free to do that. And if you want to join on a podcast, I do podcasts on Saturdays for what on... let me think what the time period would be on UTC. The time period on UTC is... Let me think. It's about 5 UTC, 4 UTC. On Eastern time, if you're in the US, that's about noon, maybe before noon, maybe slightly after noon. That's when I usually do the podcasts with Murad. And of course, we aren't always able to do that. But if anybody wants a link to a Discord group, to contact me on Discord, and you want to join on a podcast, I would be happy to have you. It doesn't necessarily have to be memes. It can be politics. It can be anything, as long as it's not smut. That's one thing that we don't do on this YouTube channel. So thank you all for watching, and I will be seeing you all next time on Anawultus over and out.